In this video, I'm going to explain Computer Networks Laboratory Part B, second experiment, that is write a program to find the shortest path between the vertices using Bellman-Ford algorithm. Yes. So what is Bellman-Ford algorithm? Why it is used is to find the shortest path between the source and the destination. So with the help of the routing algorithm called Bellman-Ford, or it can also be called as distance vector routing algorithm, we are going to find the shortest path between every node, from one node to other node, all the nodes in the network. So see, let us take this equation, that is dx of y. It is nothing but distance of x to y is equal to cost of least cost path from x to y. Then dx of y is equal to min of cost of x comma v plus distance of v of y. That is, if we go through some intermediate node, dx of y is if directly is connected, you can give the cost. If it is not directly connected, you can find the path. If you can find the path. If it is connected directly or not, you can find the path, alternative path through some intermediate node, whether any path exists between x and y. If at all any other path exists and its cost is lesser than the path, that is direct path, then you can update it in the routing table. If it is not lesser, then let the old cost be in the routing table. That's what is said in the distance vector routing table. Yes, see here, this min of this cost of x comma v. What is this cost of x to? This is source, x is source and v is the intermediate node. So we have to take the cost from the source to the intermediate node plus from the intermediate node to the destination. Clear? So adding both the things, adding both, we will get a value that will be the cost from x to y through the intermediate node y. Like that, if we have any other possible path through some other intermediate nodes, we also should calculate the cost from x to y through that intermediate node. So we have to take all the cost that exists from x to y through different intermediate nodes. Whichever is minimum, that has to be taken, and that should be compared with the path that exists directly between the x and y. So that if these values are lesser than the direct cost path, then the routing table should be updated. If not, it should not be done. This is what distance vector algorithm says. See here, I have taken an example network. In this, see d distance of v to z. Distance of v to z is equal to 5 and dx of z is equal to 3. X to z, x to, where is x? X to z is 3. Yes, it is clearly said 1 plus 2 is 3, so 3. And v to z, if you see this path, it is 5 plus 3 8, and if you go through x, y and z, it is 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5. So they have given this path, that is 5. W to z, so W to z, it is given as 5, but if you find any alternative path, that is 1 to 2, that is 3. So they have updated this path. So we can say this by directly seeing, but if the number of nodes are less, like the 6 nodes, we can say directly, and we can check all the possible paths from one source to the other destination. And if 5 different paths are existing, in that we can take the best path, whichever is the minimum, whichever is having minimum cost. But if you have 100 nodes, it is possible to find all the alternative paths that exist between one node to other node. It is not possible. So we are going to automate the process using the algorithm. So if you see here, they have given the Bellman-Ford equation. How they have calculated this is it. That is cost from u to z. See, from u to z, cost, how many paths are there? Here they have given 3 paths. What are those paths? From u to v, from u to v, then v to z. The next path is u to x, then x to z. And the next path is u to w, u to direct path, u to w and w to z. These are the three different paths. And they calculated the cost of every path. So cost of u to v is 2, and from v to z, it is from v to z 2 plus 3, 3 plus 2 5, if we take this path. So 5 plus 2 is 7, that is 2 plus 5 is 7. Next, u to x. So what is u to x? U to x is 1, and dx to z is 3. So 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. Then cost of u to w is 5, and w to z is 5. So 5 plus w to z, another path exists, that is 1 plus 2 is 3. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So 7 is less, or 4 is less, or 8 is less. 4 is less. So we will be having the minimum cost path, that is from u to x and x to z. So this is how Bellman-Ford calculates the shortest path between one node to the other node in the network. Yes. So this is the same equation which we have seen now. Yes, this is also same. So what happens at every iteration? First, initially a node or a router will calculate the routing table with its direct own neighbors, and once the initial table has been calculated, it will circulate, or it will exchange, all the nodes will exchange its routing table information to all its own neighbors. And if at all, if they find any minimum value or minimum cost between any two nodes, then their routing table will be updated, otherwise they are not going to update. See here, for every node, wait for the change in the local link. Yes. If at all any changes are there, recompute estimates, and if changes are there, that has to be notified to the neighbors. Every node will be waiting for the message from its own neighbor. If it gets, it will calculate and check, compare the values whichever it is having. If you take x to z, if I find any minimum path from the new information given by my neighbor, I will update. But if it is greater than my entry, then I will not update. If I find any minimum value, if I am updating, then I will also intimate to my neighboring nodes, all my neighboring nodes. Now we'll see how Bellman-Ford works. See this. This is the network with the three nodes, which has x, y, and z. Initially, my node x will calculate the routing table. See, from x to x, obviously it will be 0, and x to y it is 2, direct path exists, and x to z it is 7. So these values will be infinity, since it didn't get any information, because this is the initial iteration. So all the other entries will be kept as infinity. Similarly, node y also calculates its own routing table. So from y to x it is 1, and y to y it's always 0, and y to z is 1. So it is also updating its own routing table. Similarly, node z does. Once the initial iteration gets over, every node will be sending its routing table to its own neighbors. So node x sends its routing table to y and z, y sends to x and z, and z sends to x and y. Okay, once it gets the routing table from y and z, it takes the value, the second row, and fills it in its routing table, the second row. And from the node z's routing table, it gets the value for the third row and it updates it. And it finds that y has the information, that is, to reach y to z, the cost is only 1. So what it is going to do is, it is going to update the information, because see, here it is finding that it is to reach x to z, it is 7. X to z it is 7. So from x to y it is 2, and y to z it is 1. So it finds that from y to x to y it is 2, and from y to z it is 1. So 2 plus 1, 3. So instead of going directly to z, it finds that if it goes through y to z, then the cost is only 3. So it updates it. Since the cost 3 is lesser than the value which it has in its routing table previously, it updates it. Then it will also get the information from the z. If at all any changes required, it will update, otherwise it will keep it. Similarly, after updating this value, it has to send it to its neighbors. So during the second iteration, it will send again to the y and z. So with this, if they need any changes, see, similarly these infinity values are also replaced by the x, y and z, and if at all any minimum value is received by y and z, after getting the information from its neighbors, that will be updated. As we already said, from x to z only 3 is the cost, so that is known to z also. The z also comes to know about the cost to reach from x to z is 3, so it is also updating. And if you see here, see, it has the old value, so here also it will update once it updates this value. So x to z, once again, if the z gets the routing table from the node x, it will update its value as 0, 2, 3. Similarly, node y also will update the value 0 to 7 after the first iteration. After the first iteration, node y has entered this value. But once the value is changed during second iteration, the node x will give the updated information to the node y, so it changes its value to 0 to 3 in the third iteration. See, both the nodes updates its information during the third iteration. Only during second iteration it changes the value and it gives the information to its own neighbors, that is y and z, and they are updating these values as 0 to 3. Similarly, we also found that the node z updated the value as 310, that will also be circulated to x and y. So once it is circulated, the node x will replace 710 with 310, and y will replace its own routing table with 310. So this is how every node will be updating the routing information. Once the update is done, it will circulate its information, updated information, to its neighbors. So 3 steps are involved. One is it waits for every node wait for the update. Once the update is received, it will check whether the information already in the routing table is lesser, that is cost is less, least cost path is formed. It will update its routing table, then it will give the updated information to its neighbors. If it is not finding the least cost path in the new information, then it is not going to change any value in its routing table and it will not update to its neighbors. This is how Bellman-Ford works. So you can execute the algorithm with this idea using Java, and you can find the shortest path from x to y, y to z, and z to x. This will be the output. Thank you.